Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely Friday morning and looking forward to our weekend. Maybe it's going to be rainy, I'm not sure. Hello, replay viewers and YouTube viewers. Glad to have you here. I'm just getting myself all set up here on the computer so I can make sure that I'm on screen. And we will get started right away here. So today's theme is nocturnal animals, and if you were at Nighttime Tales, we talked about a few nocturnal animals, and today we're going to be exploring a few more, or exploring the same ones a little further as well. And we've got a fun STEAM experiment, so if you would like to participate in that at home, all you'll need is a bowl full of water, something that floats, and something that sinks. So I've got my bowl of water and I'm using a couple little leaves. So I've just got some leaves and those float. And then for my sinking item, I've got a little rock. And that is going to teach us a bit about echolocation, that bats use to see in the dark. And I see that Rebecca is here with Ariella and Easton. Yay, glad you guys are here. Hope you're having a good morning. Let me know who else is watching. If you're here with your kids, let me know their names. I would love to say hi, give you a shout out. So we're going to start with our hello song, and this is Tiddly Tiddly Bumblebee. So I'll go first and say my name, and then you guys can all go next and shout out your name. I won't be able to hear you, but shout it out anyway. You and your sibling, if you're there with a sibling, everybody shout it out at the same time. Okay, so get your clapping hands ready. Tiddly Tiddly Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? Hi, I'm Heather, and that's a wonderful name. Now it's your turn. Tiddly Tiddly Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? Shout out your name. Good job, and that's a wonderful name. Nice to see you all here, and Olivia says Maya and Aria are watching. Yay, I'm glad you guys are here too. Good morning. All right, so we are learning about nocturnal animals today. So just to share a bit to start us off, a nocturnal animal is an animal that is awake at night instead of during the day. So they do all their eating and hunting at night, they do all their animal things at night, and then during the day they are sleeping in their homes. So kind of the opposite to most humans. We like to be up and about during the day, and then we sleep at nighttime. I say most humans because many humans do like to be up at night too. And they call themselves night owls because owls are nocturnal. Okay, so I think we'll start with our Hello Bumblebee Bat book, and let me flip this around so the book isn't backwards. There we go. So this one's called Hello Bumblebee Bat, and the author is, let's see inside the author, Darren Lund, and illustrated by Patricia J. Wynn. There are the little bats. Hello, little bat. What is your name? My name is Bumblebee Bat. I am small like a bee. Look how small that guy is. See the bee? And the bat is just as small as the bee. That is so tiny. Because do we know how big a bee is? They can range in size, but a bee is maybe the size of my thumb. That would be a big bee. So the bat is pretty tiny. Bumblebee bat, how small are you? My body is 1 inch long. I am 6 inches wide when I spread my wings. Wow, I've got a ruler here. Let me show you. So the bat, his body is 1 inch long, which is only that long, and when he spreads out his whole wings, his body is 6 inches long. So that's his whole wingspan. So he's pretty tiny for a bat. And there he is next to a mouse, so his body is much smaller than the mouse. This is just his body. These are his wings here. Bumblebee bat, what do you look like? My fur is reddish brown. My nose looks like a pig's snout. My ears are long and pointy. My eyes are tiny specks. Look at that guy. He's got a little piggy snout, right? Bumblebee bat, when do you fly? I fly before sunrise and just after dark. I don't like bright sun. So, he likes to fly in the dark, doesn't he? At nighttime. And that is a really pretty sky. Wow. Bumblebee bat, how do you see at night? I make a squeaky sound that bounces back from whatever it hits. I see by hearing. So we're going to talk a bit about this later, but this is called echolocation. So the bat can't see with his eyes very well at night, so he uses sound so he knows where he is. So he lets out a squeak, and then it bounces back off of an object or off of another animal, like here. I think that might be his breakfast. It bounces back, and then he can read the sound waves that come back and know where the objects are. Bumblebee bat, what do you eat? I eat small insects like moths and flies. That moth looks pretty big for his lunch, doesn't it? But bats eat all kinds of insects. I've heard they can eat like thousands every night. So that's really good, especially when they're eating mosquitoes, because we don't like mosquitoes, do we? Bumblebee bat, what do you fear? I'm afraid of humans and birds. Humans sometimes burn the forest near my home. Birds try to eat me. So just like the bat eats insects, other birds, like this might be a hawk, like to eat bats. So he has to watch out for predators. Bumblebee bat, where do you live? I live in a cave with my brothers and sisters. So there, the sun is coming up, it's morning time, and all the bats are heading back to their cave so that they can sleep for the day. Bumblebee bat, how do you sleep? I sleep hanging upside down in my cave. I hold on with sharp claws on my feet. So there, he's using his claws to hang on to the cave rock ceiling and sleeping upside down. Good night, Bumblebee bat. So it's morning, but it's Bumblebee bat's nighttime because he's going to sleep. And there's all his brothers and sisters, his family. So we've got a few facts about bumblebee bats. It says bumblebee bats were discovered in Western Thailand in 1973. So as far as animal species go, it's a relatively new discovery because they're less than 50 years old. We've only known about them for less than 50 years. They are sometimes called Kitty's hognose bats. Bumblebee bats are the smallest bats in the world. They are as light as a dime. So you know a little dime coin, smaller than a penny, that's how much a bumblebee bat weighs. Bumblebee bats are very good at flying. they can hover in one place for a short time. So I picture like a hummingbird. That's really cool. Bumblebee bats are endangered. This means they are very rare. Bat scientists keep the location of the bats' cave secret. This keeps the bats safe. So because they're endangered, we can't go see them in the wild because we don't want other humans to know about them so that they stay safe. There is the bumblebee bat. Hope you guys liked that one. Let me know if you've ever seen a bat before. Maybe sometimes bats come along in our yards, or maybe you saw one at the zoo sometime. Let me know how big it was and where you saw it in the comments below if you've ever seen a bat. And if you've never seen one, let me know if you would like to see one. When we find bats in our yard though, we have to be very careful because they can bite us and sometimes they carry diseases. So we don't want to touch them. They're not pets or anything. They're wild animals. So we do want to stay away from them. Okay, we're gonna read another book here and then we'll do our STEAM experiment. And this one is called Owl Love You. And owls are also nocturnal, as we talked about a little bit already, because that's where the saying night owl comes from. When you talk about a human who likes to stay up late at night, they call them a night owl. And this is by Matthew Herox and Wednesday Kerwin. And this looks very pretty. Owl Love You. The sun is setting. Open your eyes. No more sleeping, little one. Wake up. Surprise. Oh, so cute. See the baby owl? And the mom is waking him up. So the sun is setting, which means it's evening, right? Which is when we usually go to bed. But our little baby owl is just waking up. Who will catch me when I flutter and fall? I will catch you, my dear, tail, feathers, and all. Oh, the little baby's learning to fly. That's really sweet. Who will fly by my side and keep me in sight? I will fly with you, love, like a moth to the light. There, they're flying together. Mama's teaching the baby. And like a moth to the light. Did you guys know that moths are attracted to lights? So when the mom says that, it means she's gonna stick with her baby. Who will make up a song and sing me a tune? I will serenade you by the light of the moon. There, they're visiting some wolves out there. The wolves are singing to the moon. Wolves are also nocturnal, I believe. Who will play hide and seek and peekaboo too? I will count while you hide and try to find you. Oh, look how cute. All the little hedgehogs are playing hide and seek and peekaboo. Can we count how many there are? Let's see. This looks like the mom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One little hedgehog butt. They are very cute. Who will show me how to be curious and clever? I will show you the ropes, kid, now and forever. And there, look, the foxes are out. Foxes are also nocturnal. So that one's chasing a mouse, I think. That one's chasing a butterfly or a moth. And the mom's watching over her babies. just like the owl mom is watching over her baby. Very cute. Oh, we know about these guys now, don't we? Who will hang with me when my friends aren't around? Owl will hang with you when things feel upside down. These are some bats, aren't they? And look at the funny little baby owl who's pretending she's a bat and hanging upside down. Let's count the bats. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bats. Oh, actually, 7, 8, 9 bats. See those ones over there? So we've got 9 bats on that page, I think. Who will race with me to the edge of the sky? Owl race quick as a bunny. Now see how I fly. There go the owls. Flying and quick as a bunny. These bunnies are hopping away, aren't they? The mama bunny and her little bunny baby. Who will scratch my back in that hard to reach place? I will scratch that spot, then I'll kiss your sweet face. And there's the bear rubbing up on the tree, scratching his back. And there's Mama Owl kissing the sweet owl. Sweet baby owl. Who will dance with me in the firefly light? I will dance with you as we twirl through the night. Wow, look at the fireflies. So that's something we only see at night too, because they have glowing butts that we can see in the night. They're like little lights flying around. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus a bunch of little small ones in the distance. But they're flying with the fireflies. Who will carry me home when I'm ready to rest? I will carry you home to our soft, cozy nest. So there they are going home, and we can see lots of the animals here. There's the foxes, the bats hanging in the tree and flying up here. There's the hedgehogs all in a line. Can you see that one? There's the little bunnies. There's the bear, and it's with its cub now. I think that's all the animals in there. Who will snuggle with me when the night is through? I will snuggle and whisper, I will always love you. Oh, look. The baby's getting tucked in. And they love each other so much. They're just smiling. That's so cute. The end. That was a really sweet book. All right, we're going to do our STEAM experiment. So let me flip you around. I don't see anybody commenting about what bats they've seen, so let me know if you want to share as well about what bats you've seen. And we're gonna do our little experiment. So, I think there's a hair in my bowl. I've got my bowl full of water, you can see, and I've got my 2 little leaves floating there. And I'm just going to pull up the website where I found this and tell you a bit more about the experiment. So I got this idea from preschoolpowellpackets.blogspot.com, and we're doing this first experiment, the sound waves tray. So it lets us see how objects can interrupt waves, including sound waves. And it says bats use echolocation by sending sounds out through their mouth and nose. The sound waves hit objects and bounces back to their ears. They can use the information from the sound waves to tell where objects are, even in complete darkness. So we're going to use water to show us the waves because we can't see actual sound waves. Sound waves travel through the air, and we're going to use water to show us what waves look like. Can you see that? See the waves? And you'll have to imagine that the water is actually just air and the waves are traveling through the air. So when a bat is flying around in the dark, they can't see much, can they, right? Because they don't have very good night vision. I don't think they have very good vision at all. So they can't see, but they're flying blindly through the air, or they would be blind if they didn't have echolocation. So when a bat makes its noise, a squeak, I think, the bat squeaks through its mouth and its nose, and the sound comes out and makes a sound wave through the air, just like this. See the waves? And then, so we can drop our rock in here to make the waves. That was a big wave. Okay, so did you see how the leaves moved? So if this was a solid object, like if it was stationary and it couldn't move, the waves get interrupted. I think you can see it better just with me poking the water. The waves get interrupted by the leaves. So the leaves are moving, but sound waves don't actually move an object. But you can see when I poke it, the waves kind of go around there. So, can you see that? So when a bat is sending out his sound waves, the sound bounces off the object and comes back to the bat, and the bat can read those sound waves and tell where things are in the sky, where he's flying. So you can play with this at home, kind of maybe if you have different things that float, leaves or googly eyes or whatever you have that floats, try poking the water and see how the wave is interrupted by the object that's floating. You can do this as a fun bath time experiment too. Okay, so that's our little experiment. If you want to recreate that at home right now, feel free, and it would be awesome if you let me know in the comments how it went and what you learned about echolocation. Hopefully you enjoyed the books today, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will give you an extension project, so one moment here. If you were not at Nighttime Tales on Wednesday, you wouldn't have made this craft. So this is what we made on Wednesday for our nocturnal theme. And this is a little owl. So if you haven't made this already, or even if you have and you want to make another one, I challenge you now to make another one. So we did this, the craft originally recommended a paper plate, but I didn't have any plain white ones that would fold easily, so it has to be a paper plate, not a styrofoam plate, and something that you can color on. So we started with a circle. We folded each side in like this and then folded the top down for the head. So that's how I got this shape. And then you can decorate it to make whatever kind of owl you want to make. So feel free to make this. I added a few little feathers at the top of my owl's head and gave him nice big eyes for his night vision and little tiny legs. And this is a snowy owl because he's all white with just a few black feathers. And I can't remember if the males or the females have more black on their wings. I feel like it's the females. No, I thought it was the males. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up, but yes. And you can make this craft if you feel like doing some more with nocturnal animals. So thanks everybody for joining me today on this rainy Friday morning. Have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to join Carolyn if you have a young baby for, what's it called? I am blanking. Baby Goose Rhyme Time. I should know this, I've known it for years. Join Carolyn for Baby Goose Rhyme Time on Monday at 10:30 if you've got a young one. And otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.